Penny the Penguin and the Tropical Island. Penny the Penguin was, to put it mildly, fed up with the cold. Her whole life had been a monotonous cycle of icy winds, frosty fishing, and the endless, shimmering expanse of white. While her fellow penguins waddled contentedly, chattering about the best ice floes and the plumpest krill, Penny harbored a secret, burning desire: sunshine. She'd spent countless hours poring over old, tattered maps that occasionally drifted ashore, remnants of human expeditions. Her favorite was a colorful, sun-bleached depiction of a tropical island, bursting with vibrant greens and blues, where tiny, smiling creatures basked under a golden orb. "One day," she'd whisper to herself, "one day I'll feel the warmth." The other penguins found her obsession peculiar. "Why would anyone want to leave perfectly good ice?" asked her cousin, Pip, one blustery afternoon. Penny merely sighed and returned to her latest project, a boat. Not just any boat, but a vessel crafted entirely from tightly packed, gleaming ice blocks, reinforced with frozen seaweed and sealed with her own frosty breath. It was a marvel of engineering, if a little chilly. Finally, the day arrived. Under the bewildered gaze of her colony, Penny launched her ice boat into the churning, slate-gray waters. She packed a small bag of dried fish, a miniature, carved ice sculpture of her family, and a compass she'd salvaged from a shipwreck. With a deep breath and a flutter of anticipation, she set sail towards the setting sun. The journey was long and arduous. Storms raged, threatening to splinter her icy craft, and the vast, lonely ocean stretched endlessly in every direction. But Penny's resolve never wavered. She navigated by the stars, her little heart filled with the image of that tropical island. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, imperceptibly, the air grew warmer. The water shifted from frigid gray to a gentle turquoise. Then one morning, a faint, emerald smudge appeared on the horizon. It grew steadily larger, resolving into a breathtaking panorama of lush jungle, white sandy beaches, and towering palm trees swaying in a gentle breeze. Penny's flippers trembled with excitement as her ice boat glided silently onto the shore. The sand was warm, almost hot, beneath her feet, a sensation so alien, yet so utterly delightful. The air was thick with the scent of unknown flowers and the chirping of unseen creatures. Her ice boat, surprisingly intact, began to melt slowly, creating a small, sparkling pool at the edge of the water. As she ventured further inland, a cacophony of curious noises erupted. A brightly colored parrot squawked from a tree, a playful monkey chattered from a branch, and a slow, wise-looking sloth peered down at her with wide, unblinking eyes. They had never seen a penguin before, and Penny, for her part, had never seen such a vibrant array of animals. The islanders were friendly, if a little bewildered by her presence. "What is that white stuff clinging to your fur?" asked a curious chameleon, its skin rippling through a spectrum of greens and blues. Penny explained that she was a penguin, and the white stuff was, in fact, snow, something that was plentiful where she came from. "Snow," chirped a tiny hummingbird, hovering inquisitively near Penny's beak. "What is snow?" Penny's eyes lit up. This was her chance. She carefully retrieved a small, perfectly preserved ice block from her boat, a farewell gift from Pip. "This," she declared, holding it aloft, "is a piece of my home. It's what snow feels like." The island animals gingerly touched the cold, crystalline surface, their expressions a mix of awe and bewilderment. Penny then had an idea. She noticed a gentle slope on the island, covered in smooth, broad leaves. With the help of the eager monkeys, she found a large, flat leaf, perfect for sliding. "This," Penny announced, "is how we play in the snow." She demonstrated, lying on her belly on the leaf, and with a surprisingly powerful kick of her webbed feet, slid down the grassy slope, whooping with delight. The island animals watched, fascinated. Hesitantly, a young monkey tried, then another, until soon the slope was alive with chattering, laughing animals, taking turns sliding down on leaves. Soon, the island was enjoying a new pastime, leaf-sledding, a tropical take on Penny's favorite Arctic sport. Penny, in turn, discovered the joys of the island. She learned to climb trees, with a little help from the monkeys, to identify exotic fruits, and to swim in the warm, clear ocean alongside iridescent fish. One afternoon, the sky grew dark and the air turned humid. Penny, accustomed to storms of snow and ice, braced herself for a chilly downpour. But the islanders simply smiled. "It's going to rain," chirped a tiny frog, its throat swelling with anticipation. As the first fat drops began to fall, the island animals didn't scatter for shelter. Instead, they began to move. The monkeys swung from branches, their tails swishing rhythmically. The parrot spread its wings and spun in a joyful circle. The chameleon swayed gracefully, its colors deepening with the moisture. They were dancing. "Come on, Penny!" called a small lemur, extending a paw. "Dance with us." Penny hesitated. Her movements were always so stiff, so precise, designed for traversing ice and snow. But the music of the rain, the vibrant energy of the islanders, was infectious. She took a deep breath and, tentatively at first, began to sway. Her flippers moved, her body wiggled, and soon she was twirling and splashing in the warm rain, her heart lighter than it had ever been. She might not have been graceful, but she was happy. After a few weeks, Penny was completely at home. She spent her days exploring hidden coves, learning about the local flora and fauna, and sharing stories of her icy homeland. The islanders, in turn, were fascinated by her tales of snow and ice, and Penny even managed to teach a few of the more adventurous monkeys how to fashion tiny snowmen from sand and shells. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery oranges and purples, Penny sat on the beach, watching the gentle waves. She missed her family, of course, and the familiar crunch of snow beneath her feet. But she knew she had made the right choice. She had found her sunshine, both literally and figuratively, and had discovered that new experiences and new friends could bring a warmth that even the coldest ice could not extinguish.